Our hunger for profit is insatiable. Yet we are blind to what is really devouring our profits. And it's not those paltry, superficial, bite-sized trading fees. Coinbase asks for 0.4%, Kraken asks for 0.14%, and Binance asks for 0.1% on each trade. But the focus on trading fees is misguided. It diverts attention away from a much larger cost of trading, an area where these exchanges cannot even compete in. Informing you about these costs would be damaging to their business. Now, before I tell you what these costs are, how you are contributing to them, and how you can actually leverage them to make a profit, I will have to pose you a little hypothetical just to show you how absurd this really is. Say you're in need of a new TV after making all those crypto gains. So you go to the electronics store, but notice that all the price tags on the TV say unknown price. Not knowing what this means, you go to the clerk to ask what's up.
So you want to purchase a TV. Well, the commission price is at least $5, but 9 months after purchase, someone will be in touch and they'll let you know how much you actually owe for this product.
Is that a deal that you would take? If you answered yes, hey, I've got some very interesting NFT opportunities that I would love to discuss with you. It seems a little crazy, but that is what is happening in crypto all the time. When you make a simple Ethereum to Bitcoin trade, then guess what? 9 months later, knocking on your door, that's right, it's the IRS. The tax authorities are here and they are not going to settle for 0.1%. On average, taxes accounts for 24 times more cost than trading fees. And no one is using this to optimize their crypto trading strategy. If you are thinking, hey, I don't pay my taxes, that's so I minimize these costs, then you are in for a rude awakening. In the US, since January 2023, crypto exchanges have to share Form 1099 directly with the IRS. In the UK, a number of crypto exchanges are sharing information directly with the HMRC, such as Coinbase. If you're anywhere in the EU, you've drawn the short straw. By January 2026, all cryptocurrency exchanges have to share client information with EU tax authorities. If you have crypto on an exchange, the tax authorities will know about it. It is pretty crazy that people are ignoring such a large part of their costs. So I just want to explain how this happens, right? So you spend $1,700 worth of Ethereum for an equivalent amount of Matic. The Ethereum was originally purchased for $700. Then on Binance, you would have a whopping $1.7 trading fee, and you'd only have to pay a small $370 in taxes on that trade. So congratulations, you could have bought yourself a TV for that price. And all you've done is exchange one currency for another. And if you want to sell your Matic for USD in the future, then that Matic will have to increase in value by 35% just to break even. And for the privilege of purchasing a currency that has to increase massively in value just to break even, we are willing to spend a large unknown sum of money in the future just to make that trade happen. So what are we gonna do? One thing you can do is just make terrible financial decisions, and in that way you never have to worry about your taxes at all. But we're not in the business of making terrible decisions. So the first thing you gotta do is figure out what the actual costs are of your transactions. So when you're selling your 0.327 ETH for 22.4927 Matis, and then you're combining this with 5.112 Matis from a previous 103.2789 Matis transaction to purchase 0.325 ETH again, what are you gonna do? It's impossible, okay? It's impossible to do. And I'm seeing all these videos online about how to do your cryptocurrency taxes as if it's of any use to anyone, Me as a baby. So you're thinking, let's get a tax lawyer involved. Well, what's that gonna take? You're gonna have to send them hundreds of thousands of transactions and they're gonna have to do all these calculations for you. And then each time you wanna make a trade, you tell them, hey, I'm planning on making 10 trades today. I need you to tell me what they actually cost. And they're gonna ask you, what are you talking about? And you're gonna give them the analogy that you do not wanna purchase 10 TVs for an unknown price. And they're not gonna understand because they haven't seen this video. Plus, they're damn expensive. So what you need is a tool with which you can test transactions and their impact on your capital gains before you make them. Now, there are some crypto capital gains calculators out there. You need to find one where transaction by transaction, you can see your capital gains, and you need to manually be able to add a transaction so you can test your transaction's impact on capital gains. And ideally, this is free. So for this, I'm going to use Divly. Sign up to Divly, go to the wallets page, search for your exchange, and upload your transaction history either via the CSV files or via the API. The API is nice because you can at any time retrieve your latest transactions, but do make sure to check the API restrictions for your exchange. Then on the transactions page, you should be able to see a list of your transactions and the capital gains or losses you've made on each of your trades. Now, to test the transaction I'm looking to make, I can easily add a transaction directly on the platform. In this case, I want to purchase Ethereum and I'm thinking of selling my Solana. And I noticed that once I've done that, I'd actually incur a profit of $1,200. And if my tax rate is 37%, then I'd have to pay roughly $450 in taxes on this transaction. I think this is a little much, so I'd like to test some more currencies to see what the capital gains would be. A quick way to do this would be via their custom upload. With this, you can add multiple transactions through an Excel file. It's usually used to add transactions for exchanges not supported by Divly, but you can also use it to test multiple transactions. So here you can see I have 10 trades, all different currencies I'm selling for Ethereum, uploading them to Divly, and then I can see which currencies result in the lowest profits. I actually see that I have a few that have incurred losses, and this can be very beneficial for me if I sell these instead of Solana. There we have it, folks. We've cooked up a solution and we are a beginner fry cook no more. Like a 3-star chef, we like to keep our meals small so that our gains may be large. Now before you head out, I just want to leave you with a little quote.
Anyone can trade, but only the fearless can be great.